Hello, my friends, and welcome to tonight's episode of the League of Amazing Adventurers. A very special and very nice episode we have for you tonight. Before we begin, a few announcements. Number one, some other shows on the channel, like The Calling Chronicle on Friday. On Sunday, I'm probably going to be finishing. I think I'm getting close to the end of Not For Broadcast. And then I probably will never play that game again because it's been incredibly depressing, but very good. The narrative has been incredibly intriguing, but oh my god, is it depressing. And then on Saturday, depending on my timing, I might play some more Lost Ark on stream. I might just continue progressing it myself. Who knows? I'm level 45 and almost getting close to max levels, so woot.
Dad.
Then on Monday, we return with the next episode of The Strength of Thousands. I've just learned that that is also a holiday in Canada as well the other day, so that was fun. Didn't realize Family Day was a thing, and apparently I get it off, so yay.
Hey.
Technically for us, Will, in Manitoba, I think it's Louis Riel Day.
Is it still Louis Riel Day for us?
I think so.
Honestly, we change the names of holidays so often in Canada, it's very difficult to keep it straight. But yeah, so those are all
I'm
of
not
our
sure.
main channel announcements. Oh, Friday, Calling Chronicle, Fayball, Fay Masquerade Time Loop. I'm very proud of this arc. I think it's been fun so far.
Save our souls. Shit is getting fucking wild on the Friday night campaign. But it's also very good.
It is.
It's interesting.
Come shower us with hero points.
Consequences. What are those?
But yeah, so that's all of channel announcements. Abby, I believe you had something that you wanted to talk about today.
Yeah, just speaking of holidays, I know Valentine's Day was Monday. It was Monday, right?
It was Monday.
Yeah, this is our Valentine's Day.
This is our Valentine's Day special tonight. On episode
69.
Nice. But since it's our Valentine's Day episode, I just wanted to say, I love you guys, and I know that this is it's like Twitch stream, and so it's kind of like a job, but also for me, it's like weekly game night with the friends, and I love it, and I look forward to it every week. So I love you guys. Happy Valentine's Day.
And
I love you too, Abby.
I'm immediately crying.
Happy Valentine's Day.
I love
Happy
you too,
Valentine's
Abby.
Day,
Happy
friends.
Valentine's Day.
I'm very. It's been a crazy. It's. Oh goodness gracious! Best.
Because the
year.
best ship is friendship.
Some might even say that friendship is magic.
The
And
real
magic is
gifts are the
heresy.
friends we made along the way.
But yeah, so that's all of our announcements for the week. Hey, look at that! I haven't rambled on for nearly as long as I normally do. So with that, I'm going to roll our intro. We'll let everyone touch up the eyes for a bit, and then we will...
I do have one thing to say for tonight specifically.
Sure.
I forgot my Twitch login.
Good job, Cooper.
I will not be able to see chat tonight.
That's fair.
Thanks in advance.
Aw.
All right.
Rest in peace.
So with all of that done, let's roll that intro and get back into the game after the maniacal cackling in my background is done.
I love that I can hear your
Last time on the League of Amazing Adventurers, our party rushed to help their goblin friends and the gobslod fight off the augmented huntresses that were attacking them. In the process, Corellia, after misplacing one of her spells due to stress and other outlining factors, murdered several goblins.
Oopsie whoopsie.
However,
Made a little fucky wucky.
a short time after, Nimbus managed to convince the goblins to actually help the party out a bit, and they proceeded to make a hole in their roof in order to allow sunlight to come in and burn the dreadful beings attacking
I can't
them.
hear you.
After doing so, two of them escaped. However, the party did manage to catch one of the huntresses, who was revealed to be an aged-up Lavania, very similar to the technology that we saw. Oh goodness gracious! Don't get my own nations of my world mixed up, William. That we saw Magdia using with the Ray clones in season 1. And I guess, like, to a certain extent, orcs use in most fantasy, which was interesting. I just realized that now. But anyway.
I'm familiar with that. Also, Chad is talking about Cooper because they think that they can't read chat, so bam, caught in 4K. I'm tattling.
Wow.
It's all
Wow.
exclusively really nice things.
Wow.
Like, they're like, Cooper can't see. Talk about him. And I'm like, they're just like, wow, he's so huggable.
Capture those motherfuckers.
Caught in 4K, chat.
Screenshot.
You down bad.
So we are going to pick up as the goblins had managed to gather the corpses of their fallen brethren and have brought them all over to the party. As Nimbus, I believe, after taking a short rest, a long rest, an 8 hours sleep, basically, the party is ready to begin the ritual. However, before we begin that resurrection ritual, is there anything anyone else would like to do?
I would say from the bottom of my heart, my bad.
I think Nimbus is kind of like arranging the materials and is kind of, because it's Nimbus and Cassandra working together because they're the only two bitches who know Ray's dead, and it's gonna take some of their combined spell slots and time to do this.
Just to reiterate, it was no Ray's dead, not no Ray's dead. Because that's what it sounded like to me for a second.
We're full of Fruit Loops tonight.
Yes.
Full of Fruit Loops.
Continue.
And I think the tension is pretty palpable.
Yeah.
Before Nim kind of breaks the silence and just says, "Can I ask you why you joined the League in the first place?"
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I went to the college because it was one of the first places I was able to run away to, and they had a really nice library, and then the professor kind of offered a position, and I was looking to try and start a new life. I
But
thought,
you could have started one anywhere. You didn't have to. I guess I just... The draw of adventuring for me was coming out to help people and to share the gifts that I had been given with people who maybe didn't have that same opportunity. And the longer I spend adventuring, the more I seem to run into people who did not come to the profession for the same reason, and I don't understand it, so I'm asking.
oh no, I think at first I really wanted adventure, to see the world that I had previously not been allowed to, and experience it, meet new people, see new places, eat new foods. But the more I learn about myself, it's become less about exploring and adventure and more about trying to not, yes,
Sure.
undo what I've done and make up for it, but also to prove to myself that I'm not that person anymore. I can't pretend it's not for completely selfless reasons. I do want to be better than I'm supposed to be.
I think the goal of self-improvement is a noble cause unto itself. Do you think what happened today is furthering that goal?
I think that I'm still prone to panic, and I don't always think things through completely. I think I definitely overestimated the power of that spell and what it would do. And I think I don't completely always know what I'm capable of, and that scares me. But sometimes I feel if I hold back too much, then that would also put people in danger.
That's understandable. I just think, you and I have access to truly unreal levels of power and magic, and I think we have a certain amount of responsibility to keep our heads.
You're right.
Because, we can do things like this like it's nothing. And these
You're
are
absolutely
people's
right.
whole lives. I don't know. I just kind of wanted to see where your head is at, because I'm going to level with you, Cassandra. I really don't want this to happen again. I don't want to be adventuring with a party that is causing as much damage as we claim to be seeking to fix.
I understand.
All right. I love you. I do. I just needed to say that.
While this is all going on, you guys are doing important work and having important conversations. Garl is lying flat on her back on the cleanest bit of ground she could find and like trying to will her blood to get back into her various wounds.
So true.
As you're doing so,
Ugh.
this goblin child just comes and sits on Garl's chest.
I mean, he
A
probably
choice.
weighs as much as like a rotisserie chicken. It's probably fine.
Not a rotisserie chicken.
Maybe not the thing to call a small goblin child after murdering like 7 of them.
I need protein and iron. I'm very wounded.
You can't eat iron. If you eat iron, you get a stomach ache. I tried that once.
I was not talking to you, small goblin child.
Lynx.
Or I don't know. Are you 30? I don't know goblins
No,
anymore. Apparently,
I'm like 6.
Lynx is
Garl starts counting her fingers.
not great at medicine, but perhaps I could craft a tourniquet for Garl.
I'm not actively bleeding. I'm just
auto do that. It is a little bit more difficult because the goblin is just sitting on Garl and won't get off.
Mhm.
I imagine it's sitting on Garl's stomach, not her chest.
Yes. And it's just sitting there. It's like, you're a very good pillow.
I've never actually been told that. Thank you.
No worries. Hopefully the red stuff coming out of your body goes back in, and then
You are 6 years old. You know what
You're
blood
6
is.
years old. Lynx ignores this conversation. Just entirely ignores it.
But yeah, as y'all begin the grim process, of resurrecting these goblins, you find your minds kind of wandering back to happier times.
I like happier times.
And we will
Flashback
kind of,
sounds.
transition into sort of like a flashback memory. Oh, turn it up. Fair enough. And we will transition into a sort of flashback memory of a time before this arc. As it is currently everyone on the compound. It is a lovely, beautiful summer's day. Well, midwinter's day, but you're in the like south in like a tropical climate. And it is also a Shaylin holiday.
What's the
Okay.
Shaylin?
Yeah. Goddess of arts, love, and performance.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, so is a Shaylin holiday. Everyone's kind of like relaxing for the day. Everyone's like having a good time. And each of you is awoken that morning with a lovely knock on your door. It's sort of a bop, bop, ba-da, bop, 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 bop.
I reach for the dagger under my pillow.
What time is it?
That'd be about 9.
Oh yeah, Cassandra's still like,
Oh, if it's 9, Nim is probably up.
Yes, Cassandra, you don't get a knock. Your door just opens up.
oh, great.
Lynx
Ooh.
is like making morning coffee, about to take a sip of it, and is disgusted by the fact that someone has knocked on his door this fucking early.
The knocking
The
pattern
copy
begins
drools out of your
again.
mouth like, oh.
Are all of our doors knocking at the same time, or
Yes.
is this
In rhythm? Oh
in
god.
sync in rhythm.
okay? Nim finishes buttoning her blouse and finishes the braid that she was braiding and answers the door.
All right. Does anyone else go to answer their door at that moment?
Garl hurls her dagger next to the door.
All right.
It seems like my door's been answered for me,
Yes,
apparently.
Your door just gets opened up. As basically, Cassandra, you'll be woken up by Aranari just kind of poking you.
I fall out of bed, books like that are on the bed with me fall off too.
Yeah, and Aranari just like waves their hand and the books go back onto the bed in like a neat pile. But yes, as you all basically get up, you, Garl and Lynx through your closed door, you hear, Lynx, Garl, if you would be so kind as to open up. And then for Nim, Nimbus, it's so good to see you on this lovely day. I have quite the event planned for you all this evening.
I don't like your plans.
I will say that this plan is Gwendolyn approved.
Lie to me.
Garl is busy pushing her bed against the door.
No. Come now, Garl.
I'm now shredding my pillow into small pieces so I can stuff them in my ears.
He seems to be legit. Oh, goodness gracious. But Garl, Elisandra will be so disappointed if you don't come to tonight's festivities.
You son of a bitch.
Manipulative
The
bastard.
weak point.
Ugh.
But no, he does not seem to be lying.
He does not seem to be lying.
Nimbus, who still doesn't trust him, closes the door and messages Gwendolyn and just says, "What's this about Aranari planning a day?
Oh, it's a lovely thing. It's going to be wonderful.
Did he charm you? Did he enchant you?
I was thinking too.
No.
There's no possible way you are this excited for something that Aranari
Oh,
has
I'm
planned.
very excited for this, actually.
Why?
Reasons.
Gwen, you understand how suspicious this sounds, right?
Yes, I do, but quite honestly, it's less suspicious than me telling you what's going to go on. So, Nim, just please,
That just sounds worse.
Just roll with
just
it.
please
Roll
trust
D20
me.
with it.
It's going to be a wonderful time. I promise you.
I'm just going to quickly.
I'm sorry, your mic did
Roll.
not pick that up, McKenna.
I said, if you promise.
I pinky swear this is going to be like your gala entrance all over again.
Gwendolyn, I tripped on my own train and everybody laughed.
Yes, but it was still a good time at the end of the night.
For the people who were laughing at me.
And for you as well. You cannot say we did not have fun enjoying all the snacks that were there, not just talking about the food.
I
Oh.
suppose. Gunther had made blueberry macarons. Those were always good.
Yes.
Where's
Lynx, the
macaroons?
knocking just continues. Lynx, let me in, please.
He opens the door with a very displeased, like has barely touched his coffee look on his face.
Come on, come now, Lynx.
Touche,
I need
Abby.
you to play
Touche.
a rather important role in this evening's festivities.
Oh,
Yes, and as an added bonus, it will be a little bit of fun and enjoyment for everyone.
I don't believe that for a second.
No, I
But-
promise. Listen, hear me out, Lynx, okay? Today is a Shayla Night holiday,
Mhm.
and Gwendolyn and I have been talking,
Mhm.
and there's a number of burgeoning romances throughout the camp
Mhm.
that Gwendolyn and I would like to give just the tiniest of pushes.
So my task for the evening is to help you play Cupid.
Well, help me and Gwendolyn play Cupid, but yes.
Is that like a spear tied to Desna, or
Probably, I don't know. I couldn't think of anything off the top of my head. This sounds incredibly stupid, but I don't think that you specifically are going to let this go until I say yes.
I mean, I would be fine with you not wanting to play it along. I just figured that, out of everyone else, you're really the only one who doesn't really have anything going on for them. So I figured
Okay.
I would offer to invite you so you wouldn't feel left out.
Wow, that's really, really nice of you, Arinari.
I
That
know.
wow,
I've turned
I've
over
changed
such
my
a new
opinion
leaf.
of you entirely.
I'm a nice guy now. No one believes me.
Hmm.
Nice
That's
guys
so
don't have
sweet
to
of
tell
you.
people they're nice.
Thank
That's
you.
not how it works.
You know what, Arinari, I do have a morning routine.
Okay.
My morning routine is to drink this cup of coffee that I've made for myself. Take one of the fattest shits I've ever taken in my life, and then
Valentine's
maybe
episode.
have a bagel. So, if you want to let me get my morning routine done,
He just goes behind his back, pulls a plate. On it is a bagel with strawberry cream cheese.
not a fan of strawberry. I can smell it from here.
All right. How
But thanks.
about
But thanks.
too fruity.
blueberry?
A little too fruity.
Blueberry?
Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, Arinari. Blueberry does hit a little bit different.
There we go. Everyone loves blueberries, especially depressed people. Anyway,
Oh my god.
Lynx takes the bagel and closes the door. There's no arguing that one. He just takes the bagel and closes the door.
I'd rather
I
believe
ship
in
Lynx and
sex.
Arinari. I ship Lynx and Arinari now.
I mean, there's something there.
listen,
I also kind of do, which is the funny part. Ever since we first met him, I kind of did.
Arinari is just so much fun to play, and he's
He's
my
so
easy to
lovely,
hate and
he's
so
my
easy to
lovely little
love.
clown, and he's great.
He inspires passion. I'll give him that.
Yes. And then yes, Garl, knocking at your door continuously is still Arinari. Garl, please, I do have a small thing to give you before the festivities begin.
I'm just rolling a d20 real quick to see if Garl was wearing clothes while she slept. She was. All right, Garl
Uh-huh.
one-handed moves the bed away from the door.
All right, Garl, may I come in? I don't want to. I don't want to cross the threshold without being invited.
Ooh, the vampire
Garl
says
opens
what?
the door, but very specifically does not invite him in.
Fair enough. So, Garl, I have an offer for you.
I mean, yes, I will help end your mortal life.
A queen.
Carl.
It hasn't been mortal for some time, but that's beside the point.
Said.
Mainly that being, I was cleaning out one of my pocket dimensions I store things in. It's like a bag of holding, but you can summon it at will. It's fun. Anyway, and I found
Stony faced.
I found a few items that belonged to you. And I was wondering if you'd like me to return them.
Garl is conflicted. What are these items?
Well, specifically, one of them would be a fragment of your memory in crystalline form. Garl, I've seen you enter your sort of combat state, and the ghosts that hug you, the form changes each time.
Garl just leans forward a little bit, and like, continue, but tread carefully.
The crystal holds their names.
What is it you would want in exchange for this?
Nothing.
I find that hard to believe.
These are yours to have if you want them.
How does it work?
Simply break the crystal and it should re-enter you. If you'd
Garl
like,
is
you can
silent
have-
for.
If you'd like, you can have Nimbus or Corellia take a look at it. And they
I
will...
think I would do that, yes.
And they will assure you that it is safe. As I've said many times, in an effort to be more like my senior, I am attempting to turn over a new leaf.
Garl, for a moment, says nothing. Very pointedly does not reach forward and snap his neck, but simply reaches out a hand.
Would you like the crystal or a handshake? Once again, I don't want to cross any boundary.
I appreciate you checking that. The crystal, if you truly wish to offer it.
Purple amethyst crystal. Hands it to you. If you look into it, you can see like what looks to be a whole bunch of like, imagine like mini snow globes just reflected on each other. Crystallized memory.
Thank you, Arinari.
Don't forget, tonight we have a little party planned for everyone. Gwendolyn had a hand in planning it, and I've provided the magical enhancements to it. So please, I highly recommend that you come enjoy yourselves.
Thank you. I'm going to close the door now.
I am going to go and get started on preparations now. And Arinari just turns away.
Garl closes the door, glances down at this thing in her hand, and kind of slides down to the ground, clutches it to her chest, and has a very silent panic attack.
Fair enough. But yes, so whilst the party is getting ready, is there anything anyone would like to do?
Party is this? Like, is everybody going to be dressing up, looking fancy, or is it like a casual thing?
Should I clean my armor?
Gwen has provided Garl with a lovely dress that she has hung up outside
what
of
a dress
Garl's
for her.
door with a note that says, "Garl, for you, please wear."
Please wear.
If only I could
Please
read better.
Carl said, I can't read.
That sign won't stop me because I can't read.
But I found it. It was on my door. It's mine now.
But yes, Gwen suggests that you all wear evening attire, something that you would want, something that you feel you look your best in.
So my armor. No.
Sandra's going to wear something blush pink.
Fair enough.
Yes.
Nimbus?
Nimbus, who was not able to bring any of her closet pieces with her, is gonna have to borrow something from Gwen. Which means that it will probably, unfortunately, not be one of her more, like, subdued blues or, like, dusty lilacs. It might be something in that color family, but it'll be a little bit more saturated.
There
because
actually
it's
is in
Gwendolyn.
Gwen's closet
Oh?
a very nice sort of blue, that like darker blue night sky gradient dress. It basically is like a lighter blue at the top and then darkens all the way down.
All right, it's a little ostentatious, but, like, we love a night sky print. What can we say?
As you like pick it up, Gwen just kind of smiles. I thought you'd like that one.
I do like that one. Thank you. Did you specifically pack this for me when we made the move to Izzle?
Oh no, I borrowed it from a friend, but it's fine.
What friend?
Don't worry about him. And she
Wait, what?
quickly pushes you out of the room. Need to get finished ready for the party. I'll see you in a bit.
I thought we were gonna put on makeup. Okay.
Door closed.
Oh. All right.
Lynx.
Nimbus resolves to cast object reading on that at some point.
Lynx, what are you going to get up to?
Lynx thinks it through, decides to leave his bandolier in the room. But will be keeping like the infuser agents on him,
Fair enough.
just in case. Just in case.
James.
And kind of throws together a bad outfit. Looks kind of like a corsair, like almost like a little swashbuckler. There's like a very loose white blouse, and black, not quite leather pants, but like pleather probably. I don't fucking know. Man, I don't fucking know. But he doesn't know how to dress himself because I don't know how to dress myself.
But specifically, pleather is so fucking funny to me.
Listen, I think I'm thinking of the right material. Yeah, artificial leather. Yeah. Yeah. No, that is what I'm thinking of. Anyway. And the same boots as usual, so you know they're dirty as shit. They're absolutely beat all the way up. But he sure looks kind of stupid.
Nice.
Almost what's his name from Labyrinth?
Oh my god.
The Goblin King?
Yeah, almost.
Oh my god.
Like almost
Jareth?
like him, yeah.
Fair enough. As you all basically approach, you've been invited. The invitation says that it'll be taking place in the main dining hall. The doors are closed, and Gwendolyn is kind of standing outside of it. She says, "All right, everyone. So we just need to walk through the doors, take your seats at the table, and the party will begin." I decided that I'd be the one to meet you outside of here rather than Arinari, as I know that he can be quite off-putting.
Deeply polarizing. Good choice.
Yes. And as Gwen opens the doors, they shimmer for a bit, and there's like this like veil of like flowers and things, and like flowers and petals and just bright colors that's basically creating like a screen. It's like you just simply need to walk through and you're there.
Gwendolyn, what is this?
You'll see. You'll see. I promise. I promise you'll enjoy it.
But
I don't think enjoy is the right
There's
word.
been so much drab lately. I think we just need to have some fun.
I know, but I'm not having fun because I'm scared and paranoid and I don't understand what's going on.
It's just going to be a fun celebration of Shaylin's day.
Yes,
Me
I
when I
know,
wake
but
up in
why
the
is someone
morning.
like Aranari, of all people, throwing a celebration in honor of Shaylin? He literally hired Kuthanites. Gwendolyn, I don't think you can trust this man. Whatever
I-
he's planning in regards to Shaylin, just... Ugh, I don't trust that.
Well, Nimbus, this wouldn't be the first time I've had to do this to get you into a party, and she just
Gwendolyn,
pushes
no!
you in.
Lynx follows Nim in, probably more for her benefit than his.
I go,
I mean, I guess Garl follows too.
As you're like the last one to walk in, Garl, Gwen just like kind of stands there. It's like, I would try to do but I don't think I can move you, Garl.
Same.
I actually might. I've seen Gwendolyn's stat block, and honestly,
I mean, if I had chosen different shoes, maybe.
Yeah.
These ones
Yes.
have grips.
As you
These
walk
boots
through,
were made for walking.
As you walk through the veil, you see a large stone slab table,
Oh
centered
god,
in
it's
a
for a
room
sacrifice.
that appears to be incredibly Grecian. Like, there's pillars along the side of the room that appear to be outside. There's like a beach on either side of you. There's trees that have like these like lovely pink petals that are just falling from them. Aranari is standing at the other end of the table, and they are in a full checkered sequined suit.
Garl tries to grab one of the petals out of the air and eat it.
As you eat it, it tastes like a sweet candy.
why am I not
I
surprised?
have no frame of reference for that.
Sweet candy.
It's like a sugar.
Okay. Sweet candy.
Sweet
Sweet
candy.
candy.
Yes.
So the stone slab, I'm thinking ritual sacrifice? What's going on
It's
here?
just
What
a
is the vibe?
table. Nimbus, it's just a table.
It's not the vibes.
At that moment, Alessandra walks in, as does Drevrin, and everyone just kind of starts taking their seats along the table. Alessandra very much just like looking at Nim like, the fuck is going on? And then
I don't know what's going on.
Are there placards for people's seatings, or is it kind of a free range thing?
there are placards on the back of each of the seats with names.
Oh.
Basically, the right side of the table goes Gwendolyn, Garl, Cassandra, Drevrin, and then the other side of the table goes Lynx, Alessandra, Nimbus, Gwendolyn.
Garl is mildly disappointed she's not sitting next to Alessandra. But I guess, with table arrangements, sitting next to someone is a little awkward sometimes because then every time you want to look at them, you have to turn. So I guess straight across is just as good, I guess.
You know, Garl, we could switch name tags.
Is that allowed?
I would prefer if you didn't. The seating arrangement was made for optimal party pleasantries.
All right. How do you check for traps again?
Perception.
Cassandra's like sweating a little bit.
32.
I'll also do a perception at that.
Yeah, same.
The chair is entirely made of human teeth.
No, it's just a chair. It's a very nice mahogany chair.
That's a natural
Mahogany.
20 from me.
Oof.
That's a natural
I'm
20.
looking for sus.
There's no sus.
That's sus in and of itself.
There's no
Sus.
That is sus in and of itself.
I saw the chair vent.
There's nothing wrong with these chairs. They're just normal chairs. The room appears to be a pocket dimension that Arnari has crafted specifically for the purpose of this evening.
It's Aranari's rope trick, and we're all just living in it.
God.
And Yeah, so Arnari's just kind of walking out. So food will be out shortly.
Garl sits down then. She has a small, a little sack with her that she just puts on her lap and kind of glances around the table, specifically looking for Melisandre and then over at Nim.
Oh.
Drevrin just kind of like looks over towards you, Cassandra, and just kind of awkwardly smiles.
Same. I'm like, I don't know what's going on here.
I honestly don't know why I was included in this celebration.
No, do you not follow the holiday?
I do. I do. It's just, yeah. Anyway, and he just kind
I
of like
lean over to Elisandra and just say, do you have any idea about why a Kuthanite sympathizer would be throwing a celebration in honor of Shaylin?
I think he asked Gwen to do it. Something about turning
For
over-
reference, because I realize maybe people don't know the lore behind this, Zon Kuthon and Shaylin were siblings before Zon Kuthon turned very, very, very much evil, and Kuthanites make a point to, like, hunt and torture and murder Shaylinites. So the fact that he's throwing this party to Nimbus is incredibly suspect, especially given Elisandra's, like, recent reveal of having powers from Shaylin. She's very nervous about this.
It's different. It's quirky.
You had to know this was going to be an uphill battle, Will.
I know. That's the whole point. But yes, the first course is served. It kind of just like floats onto the table. It's like a lovely soup and salad course. The soup is a strawberry soup. However, for Lynx, it has been replaced with a nice little blueberry soup.
But
Ship it.
you know we're detecting poison. You already know.
Technically, there is poison as there's alcohol in it.
In all of it?
No, not in all of it, just in the soup.
Okay, Nimbus skips the soup.
I thought you were saying just Lynxes. I was like, well.
There is a shot glass beside Lynx's that has been filled.
What is it of?
It's like a nice, strong-looking vodka. Very classy. But then there's also the lovely salad. It's like a nice almond vinaigrette.
Ooh.
Yeah.
She's fancy.
Arinari, did you make these?
Yes and no. I sourced the recipes.
Great answer.
I sourced the recipes from a variety of locations around the world, and then I had the space create them itself.
Oh,
Quick question, Will.
compliments.
Goodness.
Are there like banquet levels of different amounts of cutlery?
So for everyone else, yes, but for Garl specifically, the invisible servants give Garl the proper cutlery to use for each course.
Oh, smart fork. Because Garl probably doesn't understand there's an invisible servant. He just thinks, oh, what a helpful fork.
Yeah. First course goes by pretty easily. Whilst you're all enjoying the meal, Arnari is kind of just floating around, quite literally floating, in like full draw me like a French girl pose.
Same.
Boy.
It's like on this
Love him so much.
on such an auspicious day as today, I thought I would go over the sort of itinerary for this evening. So, first up we have this lovely meal that I've prepared for you all. After which, I have these, and Arnari, like, has these envelopes, and he sends them flying. And then they, like, go into the air, they shuffle themselves, and then they pop down in front of everyone. I have these lovely envelopes. These, once you open them, will give you a door to go through. You will go through that door, and then you'll be in that secondary activity for the evening.
He's taking us to a secondary location.
And Gwendolyn then stands up and says, just so everyone knows, once again, Gwendolyn approved.
Can I do like a read aura to see if there is like enchantment magic going on?
Go for it.
Is there invisible
I'm
needles
just
in her
gonna read
brain?
aura.
Go for it.
Yeah, let me. What do I hear?
Nothing.
I should
for,
read aura again.
except for the illusion that comes off of her like hat and disguise that she wears, and like her other magical items. Nothing.
Nothing.
So we can open the envelopes.
Once we're done the meal, we'll open the envelopes, and then we'll each get sent to our special activities for the evening.
Alrighty then.
But first, next course, and then once everyone is finished, the plates clear themselves, and the secondary course is served. This is a quail. A quail stuffed with a risotto. Not poisonous. However, the servants do come by and ask if you'd like anything to drink, and there are a variety of alcoholic options that do ping as poisonous.
Yeah,
Okay.
Nimbus absolves from or abstains from all alcoholic beverages on the logic that any of them could be poisoned and we wouldn't know.
Fair enough.
Carl leans over.
Strawberry daiquiri.
You gonna drink that?
Absolutely not. I really don't think you should either.
Oh,
Lynx is not eating. He is 100% drinking.
That is
Cassandra's
fair.
like finished all her food and she's got like a strawberry daiquiri that she's like slurping on.
As Arnari continues to float about. So I know that some of you, and mainly looking at you, Nimbus, are probably quite hesitant about these evening plans, but they will be fun, I promise you. Before the next course, I thought we'd do a fun little game.
never have I ever.
Don't be suspicious.
Not quite.
Don't be
so
suspicious.
here's what's going to happen. I have here a box. Oh, look at this lovely box.
I don't trust what Arnari would put in that box.
Inside
Could
of
be a
this
boat.
box are pieces of paper with each of your names on it.
Uh-huh.
We're going to each draw a paper, and you simply need to say something you like about the person that you've drawn.
Uh-huh.
Garl immediately begins to sweat.
Poor girl.
Swear to God, if I pull Arnari's name, I don't know what I'm going to do.
I like ducks? Question mark?
if you would be so kind. Oh, and if papers stick together, you get multiple names. That's fine. The enchantment counts for that. Just say something nice about both of them.
What enchantment? What enchantment? What enchantment?
The enchantment that on the box to make it.
Mm-hmm.
Gwendolyn.
Enchantment.
Gwendolyn approve.
Gwendolyn just reaches into the box, pulls out a piece of paper, puts it in front of her, hands it
Please
back
tell
to
me it says
Arnari.
Gwendolyn approved.
With a little.
We good? Yes? Alright. Let's start with you. Corellia, here you go.
But who was on your paper?
Gwendolyn just kind of smiles, but we'll find out once everyone's drawn.
Oh, alright.
So, Gwen, as you pull it out, you actually have drawn two papers that have been interlocked together.
Great.
You
Oh
get
no.
Garl and Drevrin.
I knew it. This is rigged.
William.
Cassandra's just sweating.
They move it over. Drevrin pulls it out. Then it comes to Lynx.
Okay. Lynx, still quite drunk, not like 100% understanding the severity of what's going on just yet,
Mhm.
reaches his hand in, wiggles it around, eventually pulls out a paper.
It says Lynx.
Oh, time for some self-love.
Ooh.
That, but that's my name.
Yes, and you'll need to say something nice about yourself, Lynx. Start thinking about it. I know you have trouble. And then he hands it to Elisandra. Elisandra pulls it out, kind of smiles a bit. Hands it to Nim.
Nimbus lets it be set on the table, and mage hands a piece of paper out of it.
Fair enough.
Queen shit.
A piece of paper comes out. It says Elisandra.
A fucking course.
Yes.
Of
I
fucking
knew
course
it.
it does.
Brings it to Garl.
And I'm not supposed to eat these, right? No one else is eating theirs.
No one else is eating those, Garl.
Okay.
These are not edible.
I mean,
Garl
That sounds like it.
pulls out a double paper. Elisandra and Corellia.
Use my legal name.
Well. Next question.
Garl does reach for one of the drinks now and just
And Aranari pulls out a paper. Oh, lovely. I guess I'll begin. And he kind of like throws the box and it disappears. Flips over the paper. It expands. What I got here was Nimbus.
oh, that's not what I expected.
So, Nimbus, your paranoia about me is so justified and such a lovely, lovely experience. It has truly been a challenge to set myself to be worthy of praise as someone so very astute and so very strong in their moral belief. Also, I love your dress.
Up until that last sentence, that has to be one of the most possibly backhanded statements I've ever heard in my entire life, which is really saying something.
Glances at El.
I am very
Exactly, exactly. Glances at Elisandra, who is like an expert at backhanded compliment.
Yeah, she's kind of like there's like a second where she like went to like slow clap,
Golf
like
clap.
small clap him, but she's like, oh wait, no. But I don't know. I was just like, yes, I know. I'm trying. Like I said, Gwendolyn then goes and says, oh, Merle. Merle, you are such a lovely little owl friend. You provided
Earl
so
didn't
much
pick a
emotional
name.
support from you, Nimbus, throughout the years.
Doesn't have hands.
I truly.
Earl doesn't have hands.
He's a beak.
I'm sorry, we'll continue.
No, that was it. That was all.
Merle goes, Thank you, Miss Gwendolyn. Merle is very touched by your high praise. Merle
I keep
buries
forgetting
his-
he can speak.
That's fair. It's a little bit of a Swiftwind moment. You know what I mean?
I will be right back.
No worries. Drevrin pulls out theirs and like opens it up. Miss Gwendolyn, I very much appreciate you aiding us here and taking the time and the risk to provide my people a home. And then Aranari just like floats over. Well then, now, why don't we begin with Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Garl?
Reaches for another drink. Elisandra is very kind and has very nice smelling hair. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Cassandra is very smart and also very pretty. Third drink.
Excellent.
Girl has just gone beet red. Just not
Bless
liking.
Cassandra.
By the way, throughout this
No.
entire thing, Aranari just the biggest shit-eating grin on his face. All right, Corellia, I believe it's your turn now.
I start daggers at Aranari like we're gonna talk about this later.
What? Aranari just like looks back at you, and you just hear in your mind, "It was pure chance. I don't know what you're talking about."
Expletives.
Good for her.
Reverend, I really appreciate how open you've been and accepting you've been to the discoveries about myself, and your kindness and generosity have meant the world to me. And Garl, your capacity to constantly forgive and see the best in people, even at their worst moments, is something I truly look up to and appreciate.
Carl smiles, but also clutches the little bundle in her lap very tightly.
Oh, that's
Oh.
very lovely. Lynx, I believe it's your turn.
Lynx reaches for what is very clearly an empty shot glass. Goes to take a drink from it.
Oh,
Notices
Lynx,
that there's absolutely nothing. Huh?
no, as you go to take a drink from it, you just hear Arnari say, Lynx, also, I've taken away your alcohol privileges here until you can say something nice about yourself.
Lynx starts juggling juggling. Like he starts like playing with the shot glass itself, just throwing it like an inch in the air, catching it, and doing the same thing again. And after like 3 minutes of straight silence, most uncomfortable silence you've ever fucking been in, he looks directly at Arinari and goes, Lynx makes a better cup of coffee than you ever could.
You know what? It's progress. I'll take it.
Mm-hmm. Fuck you.
Nimbus.
Give me back my alcohol.
Shot glass fills up.
Goddamn right it does.
Nimbus, what you got for us?
Nimbus glances over at Alessandra and feels her mouth go a bit dry, considers saying something snarky, and then decides to take it seriously and says, Alessandra, your journey of self-improvement has been one of the most aspirational things I've ever witnessed, and perhaps it would be condescending for me to say that I'm proud of you, but I certainly hope you are proud of yourself. And as we are here to honor Shaylin tonight, I think it must be remarked that I think she chose well when she chose you, and she certainly did a beautiful job when she made you. She sits down.
You just see Arinari, and like as you're sitting down, you just catch a quick glance of Arinari, who's literally like this.
She can't look Alessandra in the eye. Is definitively looking in the opposite direction.
Make me a perception check.
Absolutely incredible.
Oh, Nim's got a hero point too.
I did 29.
You feel like, you know how like you can feel like when someone's like hand is like close to you but not touching.
Yes.
So like just like above your thigh. And then
Wow.
before like anything can happen, Arnar, she's like, Alessandra. It's like, Nimbus. She just kind of like folds the note, sits there thinking for a minute. You are truly an agent of change in the world, and the marks that you've made on it have made it truly better for me and for anyone else who lives here. Anyone whose lives you have touched is lucky to have you in it, myself included. And then on that note, Arnari claps their hands. Dessert!
Another daiquiri, please.
And it's a lovely chocolate mousse dish in the shape of a moose.
All right, Matthew loves that.
There's like little like
Moose
chocolate horns.
A very Canadian.
It is.
Yeah. Well, enjoy.
Oh, hold on 1 second.
Are we detecting
Loading.
poison?
Loading. There we go.
There's
Yeah.
no
Ah,
poison.
there it is.
It's safe, Nimbus announces to the whole table who has seen her. She's not being subtle about it. Like when we were at Ray's aunt's house, she's like, maybe I'll just do a little like, don't mind me. She's fully like magic hands over every plate of food that has come out onto this table.
Like every time she's done that, Cassandra's already had a mouthful, and she's like,
Okay, guard. Okay, apple up.
But yes, after dessert is served, the envelopes appear underneath your plate. If each of you will open your envelope.
Roll to an envelope.
Read Aura.
Technically conjuration.
There's conjuration magic on this.
Yes, how do you
Cassandra
roll?
has
Lynx.
already opened hers. She's like, huh?
Yeah, Lynx is like already opened his. He's quite like, and
Yes.
just opens it.
There are several. There's basically a large, like, gilded black and gold number. In Gwendolyn's, it's 1. In Garl's, it's 2. In Cassandra's, it's 3. Drevrin's is 4. Lynx's is 5. Elisandra's is 6. Nimbus is 7. Aranari is not taking an envelope.
Interesting.
Wow.
Yes, each of your personalized party rooms. There will be a guest in each of your rooms awaiting you.
This cat.
Oh dear. All right. Cassandra's like, let's get this over with. Tick, 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 tick.
And then basically each of like the columns, like a like golden sort of archway appears over top of it with the number. Simply enter your appropriate number and you'll be taken to your evening activity.
Lynx wants to like peek in to another door to see if he even can.
Oh, it's like a magical portal, so it's like shimmering magic. Like you'd have to go in, but like as you try to cross it, you can't.
But I want to peek my head in.
I shoot one last forlorn look at Gwendolyn like, you cannot be serious about this.
And Gwen just goes like this and just says,
For you. I do this for you, and if it doesn't go well...
Nimbus, I promise you'll love it.
Oh, I swear to Tesla, Gwendolyn, you're going to give me an aneurysm. She goes.
Okay. Does Garl get up and go?
I mean, yeah, I guess I'm very confused by all this, but
Fair.
what does this mean?
Cassandra?
Oh, I'm in. I went.
Lynx?
Lynx is irritated that he can't see like what's in other people's rooms before he sees his.
Wah, wah, I can't be nosy.
Hey, listen, he's drunk.
That's fair.
But he
I'm
does
nosy when I'm
absolutely
drunk,
like just stride in,
Alright.
still
so-
holding on to whatever shot glass he last had.
Fair enough then. We will then begin with Lynx. Lynx, as you step into the room, you find yourself in an empty bar. Throughout it are empty chairs and empty tables, except for one in the middle
I
of the
hate
bar.
you. Uh-huh.
Where sitting at a table with a whiskey glass in hand is Argesh. And sitting there, he's just sitting there. He like, as you walk in, they raise a glass. They take a drink and say, "You know, I still taste like piss, but it can't get me drunk anymore, so I can drink as much of it as I want." He goes, "Oh, and as you like take a look around the space, the door behind you has disappeared."
Trapped.
Lynx sits on the further side away from Argesh. Places the empty shot glass face down on the bar. And just kind of stares at it for a while. So why can't that get you drunk anymore?
Immune to poison. Drink. Well, I guess it's one of the benefits of existence. Link, sit down.
I am sitting down.
You know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, this is all you're getting, so I'm sitting down.
Did I do something wrong?
No.
Argesh kind of like moves a little bit closer to you, slowly. Just kind of.
He's still isn't really looking at them. Doesn't look away, but isn't looking at them.
There. Kind of sits next to you. And the silence is just kind of deafening for a few moments. And then Argesh kind of speaks up again. You know, Lynx. You don't need to blame yourself.
For what?
What happened to us was not your fault.
Yeah. The first time was bad enough.
I understand.
You know, I made my peace with everything, with everyone dying, and me being the only one left. I made my peace with that. I made my peace with never getting to see you again. I accepted that. And I know that this is incredibly selfish. But it's not fair that you just walked back in from the dead, from the irreversible. And I don't hate you or anything. I'm not mad that you're alive. It's confusing.
Is that why you tampered with the crystal?
Yes. Yes, it's why I tried to stop it. I didn't think that it was right to disturb the dead, ruin your rest. I didn't think that was right. Of course, looking back on it, it wasn't exactly the right choice. It's not like you died of a natural cause. It's not like you were resting peacefully, but
Argesh just kind of puts their hand on top of yours for a moment.
he grips the shot glass. If the silence is deafening, you can absolutely hear his skin rub against the glass itself.
I almost need to apologize.
For being alive.
I don't think you have to. If anything, I have to. But I don't think I can do this.
That's fine. They remove their hand. They flip over the shot glass. They flip over their own glass. Pours a shot out into each. effectively, this is a new life for me.
Yeah.
And you, well, you've changed a lot as well, friend.
Do you really think so?
I do.
That means a lot.
He kind of like raises a glass. So, to our new lives. And to
They
the
last forever.
and to the new opportunities of growth they grant both of us, friend. But
I
if
can get into that.
If I may offer one bit of advice. If what I have heard is any sort of true, Lynx, I think you can offer yourself a little bit more confidence in your abilities.
Well, I have been messing around a lot with making things and doing things and trying new things. So,
And stopping wars and saving the world.
it doesn't feel like it every day, but yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
This was all for a license.
It's funny how greed can sometimes, well, not even greed, it's funny how goals can push one to places to change them. Argash kind of
I haven't had a goal this whole time.
Argash kind of raises his shot glass, drinks it. Well, I think you are worth it. Any license that you need.
I don't think I need the license anymore. I think
You don't. You're kind of a badass now, Lynx.
I've found so much purpose in this. Yeah.
Yeah. And
I don't think that this could ever happen, but I do think that it's worth staying in touch. You know, you
yes,
taught me a lot.
if I'm going to be entirely honest, Lynx, this gambit was also about getting a little bit of closure for this chapter for myself as well.
Thank God. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, good. We're on the same page.
So, acquaintances, colleagues, whatever we want to call it.
Yes.
Gesh kind of just
Yes.
puts the glass down.
Yes. Okay. What did you pour in here, by the way?
It's quite honestly some whiskey that what was his name? The very odd elf.
Yeah, the very odd elf. I don't like him either.
Although, and like, he like puts the cup down. Surprisingly proficient in certain activities, and then Argesh just kind of like waves and begins to.
Lynx takes the glass, pours it out on the counter, and waits for any sort of door to arrive.
There is no door to arrive. However, Lynx, in front of you now is what appears to be a light board / soundboard.
Okay.
With a little note beside it that says, Lynx, feel free to improve the mood. And then there are several screens that appear.
No!
And they
Okay,
appear-
what's on the screens?
They appear to be several screens into several different rooms, but the
Oh,
one that
no.
catches your eye first is the next scene we're going to do, which you see Cassandra
Oh God.
walking into a empty room with 2 doors on either end of it.
Oh no. Oh no, bro.
And Aranari standing before her.
Aranari?
Yes.
What was that? And what is this?
Well, those are doors. That was a lovely banquet. And this is a bit of an intervention.
Oh, great.
Can I hear this conversation?
Yes.
Oh shit. Okay.
Oh, no, bro.
And then, like, just make me a perception check, Corellia, to see if you catch this. But you just kind of see Aranari Lynx, like, wink at you a bit.
Perception. Come on, character sheet.
Come
I
on,
don't ask much of you,
sheep.
but let's go. Where is perception? There it is.
Hey, thanks for the follow.
Yay!
Thank you.
And you'll notice Aranari just kind of like turn their head and wink a little bit. But also, it's Aranari. That's pretty normal for them.
Par for the course.
So,
Yeah.
Cassandra. 2 doors. We have door number 1 and door number 2. These doors will both open at some point this evening. From one of them, we'll exit one person, and from another, we'll exit another.
Oh. So what do I do?
Speak with them. Spend your night, enjoy your time. I do warn you, one of the conversations will most likely be a little bit harsh on you. But I think you'll be able to handle it.
Lynx leans forward onto the light board and accidentally like moves one of the switches up.
And then, like, roll me a d4 to see which one you get.
Bet. Okay, cool.
Let's just see what lighting.
This is taking an interesting turn.
4.
All right. So as you do that, the lights in the room, there's like pot lights on the walls that light up, and they create like fans of light along the sides of the walls.
Incredible.
Sounds just like,
Oh, I see. Lynx has found a toy for the evening.
Lynx realizes this, absolutely tries to reset it back to normal.
Lynx is watching this.
No. Lynx doesn't have a screen. They just kind of have a set of buttons. I said they'll do things to other people's rooms.
From his room, he goes, "You fucking liar."
But anyway, Corellia, I will leave you for your evening. I think Drevrin's up first.
Can I have another strawberry daiquiri?
Sure thing. Boom. Have some courage. You're going to need it. And I'm going to go and get to my evening now. If you'll accept.
Oh, who's behind your door?
Oh, I'm grabbing Gwendolyn and Lynx, and he just kind of like turns and walks out.
As Lynx recognizes that it's Drevrin coming in, he tries to support Cassandra.
Okay.
Makes the light like very neutral, very like there's no like
Mood lighting.
No,
yeah,
Barry
like
White.
careless whisper would not play in this lighting.
Yeah. It's at that moment that Aranari now walks into your room, Lynx, and says, "All right, now shall we enjoy the shows?"
You rat fuck.
Oh, come on. You cannot tell me that this is not going to be fun.
This is awful. I can't do this. Help me figure out this light board.
Awesome. I have them labeled for you here. Let me go through it with you. Gwen will be joining us shortly. She's attending to Garl right now.
Why is Gwen joining us?
Oh, this is partially her idea.
Good God Almighty!
What is happening?
What isn't happening?
What?
All the crack ships.
I can't tell people about this, can I?
Oh, I wouldn't. Listen, if you think they don't trust me, imagine if you told them any of this, Lynx.
Son of a bitch.
Or you could tell us, it'd be real funny.
He just kind of like sits down. And yeah, so opening and entering the door, Drevrin just kind of like stands in the doorway, looks at you awkwardly.
Arinari.
I assume so. This actually kind of works out, Cassandra. I wanted to speak with you. And
Are there chairs? Arinari!
chairs. Arinari just like reaches over you slightly, Lynx, and just pushes a button, and some chairs pop up.
King shit, love that.
I just go, I knew you were watching!
And like he's very much like, as he's reaching over you, Lynx, it's like in the most suggestive way possible.
I love that, man.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
What's gonna happen in this room?
Lynx elbows him in the hip. Like directly in the hip bone.
But yeah, so Drevrin kind of takes a seat. I've been trying to talk to you for a little while now, but I've noticed that you've kind of been more distant.
A little bit.
And I just wanted to touch base. Is something going on? Am I doing something wrong?
Trust me, it is not you.
Oh.
It's just... I keep finding things out about myself, and... it's just a lot to figure out.
I understand that.
I'm a war criminal, like 2 or 3 times over at this point.
I mean, in this world, I think everyone is.
Oof.
May have a point.
But that was it. That's my concern, Cassandra. I feel like you've been distant, and every opportunity I've taken to reach out has kind of been brushed to the side. And that doesn't feel great for me. Even when Nimbus tried to help out a little bit, it didn't really pan out. You ran off.
Yes, I did actually have a question for you that I haven't been sure how to bring up.
Please.
I understand that you went through a great loss before we met, and while I do appreciate what we have, part of me does wonder if you're just trying to fill the void of what you lost.
That is something I've asked myself many times. And I've never come to an answer for it yet. I feel
I
like...
could hardly... You first.
Oh no, please, go ahead.
Just gonna say, I could hardly hold it against you. It's a complicated situation to be in, and I wouldn't say that it would upset me that much. I mean, the time we spent together was, and has been, wonderful.
It was, and I am so thankful for that time.
Lynx tries to make the lights in here the slightest bit brighter.
Fair enough.
You gonna make us look each other in the eye?
Yeah, and he's looking at you directly in the eyes right now. And it's just like unblinking. But I think we're both changing. And I feel like the support we gave each other for the time was good, was needed.
I agree.
And I feel like we both grew because of it. And I would wish to continue, but as bad as I am at reading a room, I can know when things have reached a good point, an amicable point. So I leave it to you.
I think we both have some things to figure out on our own for a while.
As do I.
And I will take off the ring he gave me, and I'll give it back to him.
Oh.
So just kind of like hold on to it for a moment. He'll take his off,
Cassandra.
and he'll just like leave them on the table. For when you find someone you want to keep. First, when you find the next person that you want to be able to keep in touch with.
Oh.
And he just kind of smiles.
Would a hug be too much?
I don't think so. I think we're ending things on like amicable terms, and he just kind of like
Me too.
yeah,
It's
he goes in for
mutual.
the hug.
Ouch.
Give a big hug. If anything, I consider you a very, very close friend.
You as well.
And I hope we can continue that.
Yes. And then he's like, I'm
Well.
going to take my leave now, though.
Of course, Your Highness. Your Majesty.
Oh, please, never. Please, never. Never.
Oh my.
Very well, Driver.
Okay. Have a good night, and
Too.
may you find luck on the holiday. And Drevin will leave through the door.
Did he just tell her to get lucky?
Get laid, bitch. You deserve that.
So now, let's jump to Garl.
Oh no.
Lynx puts the lights back to like just below neutral. Like
But
Careless Whisper
Lynx,
could start
you do not
playing.
actually have control of this room, and there's no screen for this room. Arinari says, Gwendolyn specifically told me, and I quote, no cameras in the ready room.
Okay, I thought this was. Oh, in the ready room. So wait, is this still Abby and Garl's?
Oh,
Interaction?
Yes. We gave Garl. I wasn't sure how long the conversation that Drevin wanted to have with Corellia would take. So I gave Garl a little bit of like a ready room with well, I'll push the button. I'll let them know that Garl can move in whenever they want.
Okay.
I'm just imagining girls sitting in this little room with like elevator music.
Oh no, it's not a little room with elevator music, Garl. It's like a full on like scale model.
Like a dressing room.
Of Gwendolyn's bedroom, and Gwendolyn is just like sitting on her bed. And it's like, Garl, excellent. I have tea, and it just like puts tea out. I have snacks, and I have so many lovely dresses to put you on, and I have makeup, and I have everything. We are going to give you a full makeover this evening.
Internally, Garl is thinking I would almost feel more comfortable fighting like a dragon. Garl is very out of her element.
But Garl, I know that you're a little bit squeamish with makeup. So, I had Elisandra help me out with a little something. And
You were wielding Alessandra like a club, William.
Hey, thank you for the raid.
Which earned another raid.
Murder,
Hobos and
hobos, and
Chocobros.
choco bros. You gotta love that.
You'll love it.
But
You'll
yeah,
love
so,
to see it.
And as Gwen kind of claps her hands. A small, basically a bunch of makeup begins to coalesce into a creature of sorts. Into a large, sort of stag-like creature.
Mascaramental?
I pretend this does not horrify me.
Yes. It's like, and now, Gar, I know that this evening it's been a lot of sitting and talking. So,
True.
whilst we're getting you ready for your night, we thought it'd be fun to give you a way to fight your way through the makeup.
Ah, this I can understand.
And so this creature begins to charge you, Garl. What would you like to do?
I will grab the nearest chair
Okay.
and use it as a club.
All right, make me an athletics check just to see how well you can whack this thing. Nice. Yeah, you give it a good crack, and like you physically see the creature like kind of like bend a little bit, and as it does, like one of the makeup things like kind of bursts a bit, and then like there's like a brush that just kind of like hits you and applies foundation to Garl's face.
Not sure what just happened, but I think I'm winning.
Good job, Garl. Give it another whack.
A little less confident this time, a little confused.
A little bit confused, and this time like it takes advantage of that, and one of its horn, it takes a chance to like kind of gore, and you think it's going to like gore you into the eye with its horn, but it applies eyeliner to your eyes with it.
This is very surreal.
It is, yeah.
A very cerebral way to put on makeup.
Yeah. Well, Gwen figured that the best way to easily apply makeup to Garl would be to have Garl fight something.
I mean, could you imagine trying to put eyeliner on Garl? You know she'd be one of those bitches who sounds like fluttering their eyelids while you're trying to put the mascara on. You're like, just stop it. Just stop. Oh my god, I can't do your eyeliner if you're gonna do. You know.
That is true.
I hate how right you are.
Yeah. I hate that even I know how right you are.
Yeah.
I did enough of those girls in musical theater class to like know the type.
Problem is, I remember foundation from drama at school. Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not
The Ben Nye
Bitches simply
cake
don't.
makeup with the triangular little sponges.
And yeah, Garl looks
War
like the creature is
flashbacks.
on its last legs, so how would you like to finish it off?
Rolling that one.
Oh, so yeah, it gets ya, Garl. It wraps you around, and like as you think this creature's going to like finish you off, you just like feel a pleasant like face hitting as sealer is applied to your face.
Out of curiosity, just for the ladies in the chat, knowing from seeing all the pictures we have now of Garl, what would Garl's makeup regime be? Like, what look are we looking for?
The blood of her enemies applied as blush.
Nor it's true.
Ooh, should we take like the ashes of her enemies, mix them up to make eyeliner?
Smoky eyes?
Yeah,
Smoky eyes.
Smoky eye for sure. For sure.
Yeah, with that, the mascara mental is dealt with.
That
And
is a
Garl,
CR2 creature.
is fully made out, and Gwen's just like, "Oh, you look lovely, Garl. Look," and like holds up a mirror.
Garl kind of glances behind her. And, oh, that's me.
Yes, that's you, Garl.
Oh.
Does this have some magical property to it?
No, it's simply extenuating your natural features.
Okay.
Now, Garl, there's a door. It looks like a closet door, but it's going to take you to another room.
Okay.
And then that will be your evening.
Going through the door?
No, the room at the other end of the door. It's at that moment that the R&R cue happens and like the lights go on and off a couple times. Oh, and that is on
Like-
cue.
This is the strangest reality show I've ever seen.
Garl,
No, that's not true. I watched Murder in Small Town X.
And I watched Bridal Plasty, so like
God almighty.
All right. Garl heads for the door. Those are pretty simple instructions that she can understand.
I believe.
Relatable.
Have fun and enjoy yourself.
All right.
Yeah.
Door.
And door opens and there's a hallway. As Garl's walking down the hallway, Gwen steps through and is now sitting beside Lynx and Aranari. It's like,
You're both awful. I want you to know that.
oh, we will, thanks, because it seems like you're enjoying yourself almost as much as we are.
Enjoying isn't the right word. I am experiencing guilty pleasure.
Aranari pipes up.
Well, there's pleasure involved, though.
Well, this is a guilty pleasure. I'd hate to see what your regular pleasures are. And
Oh,
What's going to happen in this room?
Wow, me.
I
Wow.
want to know what's gonna happen in that room. Shit.
and yeah, after a short time, Abby, Cassandra, and Garl, the door that is in your room and the door that you're walking towards opens, and you just see a room with Cassandra in it, and Cassandra, you see Garl in like full makeup and like night.
Wow.
Garl, what are you doing here?
I
Lynx
was told
moves
to
the
go
lights
through
down.
a door.
Oh,
You look
Well,
very nice.
you too. Come on in if you want. And she'll like kind of like scowl at the ceiling, like.
Out of
"God damn it,
curiosity, what is the current furniture of the room?
There's just 2 chairs right now.
Okay.
Arnari, what if we put in like a chaise lounge?
Yeah, if you want. Just it's the purple button.
Does it fall from the
It's
ceiling?
the purple button, Lynx.
Could I? Is there one for like 2 people?
Yes, it's the purple button.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Cassandra's just like, how could Aranari have figured this out? I've been so subtle, I haven't told a soul. Nobody should.
And then you just hear in your head, Cassandra, subtle is not the right word for it, my friend. I believe blatantly obvious to everyone except for Garl, who is honestly blind as a bat.
Socially blind.
I mean,
Cassandra's like turning beet red.
Cassandra's turning red, Garl.
Garl moves over and like, are you feeling okay? Hands on the shoulders.
Yeah, no, it's just is it hot in here?
Maybe a little. I'm always a little hot.
At this point, Lynx has pressed the purple button and
Um,
just like leans on the table and goes, maybe they need to lie down.
just beside you, that purple futon appears.
A futon?
Futon.
That's a very different thing than
Well,
a chaise
please
lounge.
Tell me you know the difference between a futon and a chaise lounge.
Apparently not. So a purple
Chaise
chaise lounge.
lounge.
Google chaise lounge real quick.
It is like a CHAISE.
Also- I'm not even going to get into the futon thing right now.
Because the
Oh.
futon has a very different vibe.
Yeah, no, never mind.
Yeah, I found
Yeah.
this. Back in the
Alternatively
building.
named a fainting couch.
Yeah.
It's a very specific furniture design.
Yeah, so a purple one of those pops up.
Yeah, Cassandra that looks at girls and goes, I didn't do that.
I
Oh,
mean,
Lynx, she just said I didn't do that. Let's and then Aranari like pushes the lights to like dim a little bit more.
Perfect. Fuck you.
Garl ushers Cassandra over to the chaise lounge, sits down with her, and then you see Garl's hands start to tremble a little bit, and you notice that she is actually starting to cry a little bit. And she kind of looks up into your eyes and says, Cassandra, can I ask you to help me?
Of course.
And she reaches for the little bundle and pulls out like the crystallized memory. And she looks at you, and this is possibly the most kind of desperate and vulnerable expression you've ever seen on Garl's face. And she says, I don't know what to do.
What is it?
This is apparently memories or names of people I knew, maybe my family, but I'm possibly more scared than I have ever been in my life, because I'm worried that if I don't know. I take these memories, or if I eat them, or I don't know how it's supposed to work. It didn't come with labels, and I probably couldn't read it if I could. I'm worried it will change who I am, because I don't know who I used to be necessarily. I don't know if I would see the world the same way, if I would care about the same things or the same people that I do now. But it could be the names of my family, the people I might have cared for deeply. I don't know what to do.
I'll put my hands over hers and I'll say, I understand. Every memory I get back is a blessing and a curse. Because I think it explains the decisions I made to become what I am now and why I wanted that second chance. And it's very scary. It's so scary to think of who you might have been and how you changed learning these things. And I don't have a definitive answer for you. This is up to you. But if you want to remember, I will be here for you. And if it turns out that the memories...
Is there like a spotlight that we can set on them? Arnari?
Oh, yes, I love it. And then
Yes.
it's that one, Lynx.
Perfect, okay.
The
So the
play
lights
on the
do change in
stage
the
now?
room.
Yeah,
It is now
it's
just the
like a
two of
spotlight.
you.
And the spotlight, because like the magical nature of the space, it's almost like the rest of the room has just melted away around you all. And it's just the
Yes!
two of you.
Yes!
Stage director Lynx.
All the world's a stage, bitches.
And you just kind of hear Gwendolyn be like, "Oh no, it's working so well. By Lynx doing all the things, we have plausible deniability."
I don't like that you're right.
You fell into their trap.
I don't like that you're right.
Garl is going to just look down at the crystal chunk in her hand and just kind of almost say sort of to the air, if I choose to leave them in the past forgotten, does that make me a terrible person?
No.
Well, no. If I don't, will anyone ever remember them?
Maybe? The thing is, girl, I don't think you could ever be a terrible person. But if you decide to go through with it and the memories turn out to be too much, and you really want, I'll take them back away for you.
Garl doesn't sort of say anything, but she does. I probably kind of sob just a little quietly and just sort of curl over, like almost like full like curl over into your lap, just like.
I'll just like stroke your hair, like make you feel better. Try. It's up to you. Take all the time you need to decide. You don't have to do it tonight. You don't have to do it anytime soon.
I don't think I don't think I can decide tonight. There's so much going on right now. Like, what happened to the lights? I don't.
Yeah, I wish I knew.
Temptation to just play Careless Whisper just to mess with you. Like, if we weren't at a stream, abso-fucking-lutely. But I have to give this scene dignity.
Well, Gar also does reach out and just kind of very gently touch Cassandra's hand, like, this isn't another dream or like a weird nightmare or something. You're real, right?
Yes, I'm real, Garl.
Okay. Yeah, that mascara mental is too weird to be a dream.
Mascara mental?
Well, let me tell you.
And I think
She explains.
That continues to play out. Gwen's like, all right, well, we've given that one enough of a push, I think. Now on to our main event, Lynx. And, Nimbus.
Hello.
You walk into a perfectly pitch black room. And then there are lights on you, like a spotlight. And then on the other side of the room are lights, and you see a silhouetted figure. And then appearing before you, almost like luminescent, semi-clear platforms that walk up into this void towards what appears to be a table.
Okay. I tentatively put a little bit of weight on one of the platforms.
It supports it.
Okay. Okay. I send Merle on a loop, because he has dark vision.
Is Merle wearing like a little bow tie?
Yes, of course. Merle got a bow tie at... Oh, no! No! Merle doesn't have his bow tie yet, because Merle got the bow tie. The Familiar's rested. We haven't been there yet. So no,
Oh.
Merle is not wearing a bow tie.
Tragic.
He's just naturally adorable.
And yeah, as you make your way up, the other figure has also made their way up, and you guys find yourself on this sort of floating platform with table. And directly across from you is Alessandra. Ah,
Hi.
hi.
The lights form like a diner booth sort of setting.
Yeah. And,
Smoky jazz
and
plays
as
something.
like the
Yeah.
diner booth like lighting comes on, Arinari also goes and pushes another button, and that black void now fills up with stars. And it's like
Good.
you're in a diner in the middle of the night sky.
Sarah Lynn.
Don't you fucking dare!
I'm going bursting into
That was fucking uncalled for!
I'm so confused. I feel like I missed a reference.
BoJack
You did.
Horseman.
Don't worry about it.
Oh,
It's
okay.
it's
No wonder.
it's tragic. Don't worry about it.
It truly is.
Yeah.
Nimbus is looking very on edge because she knows this is something like this is her aesthetic, and it's being used to lull her into some sense of security.
I know you're playing me, but you're right.
Alessandra just kind of like stands there awkwardly, and then you kind of hear a
Yes,
and
hello?
basically now standing before you and Alessandra is a owl. But it's
What have you
like a
done to my boy?
medium-sized owl that has like a cloth over one of their wings
What have you done to my
and a
boy?
bow tie. Says,
Oh, is this the scene we're getting with Merle?
and standing forward. If the two of you could please take your seats. We have.
Is it Merle
No,
or is it
it's
just
another,
like
It's just like a spectral owl.
okay?
If the two of you could please take your seats, we will be beginning the evening shortly.
Check both of our seats for traps before we sit down.
Go for it.
To be clear, I was asking you, the DM, not the owl.
No, yes, I know. Go for it. As you're checking the seats for traps, you just see Gwen turn to Arinari. What did you do to her? And then we
What
jump
did
back
you
to
do
that
to her,
scene.
Arinari?
They are untrapped.
Okay. All right. God, I'm so sorry about this, Alessandra. This is. I really don't trust his intentions with you. I think the timing of this is very, very strange given your recent. I don't even know what to call it. Connection with Shaylin. This makes me. I'm sorry, I'm really nervous.
Yes, it also makes me slightly nervous. And then you hear Lynx, you'll see Gwendolyn just kind of be like, for fuck's sakes. And she'll just like look over to Arnari. Arnari, do you mind if you? Oh yes, of course. And she just like he just puts his hand onto her head.
Okay.
And then the scene around you for a short moment changes. It turns into a ballroom that is very familiar to you both, to Elisandra and you, as it is Gwendolyn's ballroom.
Okay. No, I understand.
And
I thought you were
just
talking to me.
standing there in like a spectral form is Gwen. It's like, for the love of God, you two, just enjoy the private night I've set up for you two together, and please, for the love of God, hit it off so I can stop having to look at all the tension between you two. All right? Great.
I'm
Excellent.
sorry. Hit what? I don't.
Tension.
Okay.
Hey.
Oh, I'm so sorry about this, Alessandra. I don't know what's gotten into her.
Alisandra's just chuckling. I was like, this is very on brand for Gwen.
Yes, her doing all sorts of things and refusing to tell me about them is very on brand for Gwendolyn, unfortunately.
Lynx gives Gwen like a yeah when she comes back.
She just looks at you. Lynx is like, do you know how many times I've tried to set Nimbus up with a person, and she has tried to like study magic with them, or read their tarot, or try to tell them about some magical ritual. She is so dense. I found that if I just hit her over the head with it, it's a lot easier.
And don't you know it? Nimbus still hasn't gotten.
Lynx, don't have an opinion on that.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But I'm just gonna sit here and enjoy this here show.
The lighting reverts to that night sky and diner setting. The owl says, if you would.
A cortado and honey, please?
Of course. Yourself?
Good for her.
Water, please. Of course. Our musicians tonight are brought to you by Lady Gwendolyn's Memories. It should be a piece that you're both very familiar with. And then floating now in the sky, playing a variety of instruments, is an owl orchestra. And they're playing a song that Nim and Elisandra are both very familiar with, as it is the song that is often played at basically the premiere balls, basically the balls of the first ball that ever people attend to when they first enter. It's a very symbolic piece.
You used to play this on the pianos at parties. I remember this one.
You remember that?
It was the one time I could be in the same room with you and not get laughed at or sneered at or sorry.
Yes, I do apologize for kicking the tempo of yours up a little bit.
The tempo?
Yes. So normally, you know how in the classes they would teach you to walk at a specific pace so you'd be in time with the music?
Yes, precisely.
I may have increased the tempo slightly.
I just thought I was nervous.
Which
and messed it up.
Probably is what caused your trip.
That's okay. I tripped a number of times at multiple different parties, and you weren't playing at all of them, so
I know.
it's...
I feel bad. I still apologize.
Yeah. Well,
But Gwendolyn has the audacity.
I don't know what's gotten into her, and I don't know when she started playing buddy-buddy with Arinari. And I mean, I don't mean to sound like a jealous friend. I just think that he's a bad influence on basically everyone he's ever met, and I don't trust him at all.
I mean, if you have taught me anything, people can change.
I suppose. And I agree. I mean, that's one of the first things that every Desin knows, is that
not all who wander are lost, and there's always a way back to the given path, but it's a bit of a heel turn, right? I mean, you don't go from working side by side with worshippers of Zon Cathan to throwing a celebration in honor of Shaylin. That's... Faith is not that fickle.
She just kind of like looks at you a little bit.
But it took you months. There's a difference. And also, I am not entirely certain as to whether your powers are given your faith in Shaylin or if there's a kind of chosen one situation going on. I don't know, you haven't told me.
I don't think it's a chosen one, Nim. I doubt any divine figure would choose me.
Well, she seems to have recognized you in some regard.
Perhaps.
So it is a chosen faith, then?
It's something I stumbled into.
I'm really happy for you. If there is one thing that has brought any modicum of peace into my life, any amount of stability, it is faith.
I can tell. Your drinks are served at that point. However, the waiter purposely puts them on opposite sides. Like, she gives you Alessandra's and Alessandra yours, so like you guys have to hand them to each other.
Wow.
Oh wow, oh no, our hands brush together, oh no.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do.
Is there a little spark, little
The,
charge?
Alessandra does blush when it happens.
Yeah, I sure hope she does.
I think Nimbus probably misreads her discomfort and just says, I know this is the third time I'm apologizing, but I really am sorry. I promise I didn't say anything to Gwendolyn, and I didn't mean to trap you here like this. I know that's uncomfortable and
If this
weird.
is a trap, then I'm glad to be trapped in it.
Wow. It's at this point that Lynx does like lean over to Alessandra and go, or Alessandra to Gwendolyn and go, she is pretty stupid.
That catches Nimbus off guard. She says, to be completely honest with you, Alessandra, I had kind of assumed you were somewhat uncomfortable around me, and to be honest, I don't blame you.
I very much was.
I mean, given the history, and I'm sure whatever Baba Yaga told you about me was not endearing.
She just kind of like looks at you in the eyes, Nim. The things I've been told are untrue. I know that. I knew that. And yes, I am uncomfortable around you. But that is centered around a worry that I will fall back into my old ways and prove to be not worthy of the chance that you gave me in my life. Your mic's not picking you up.
Fuck this thing. Maybe it's the Zoom filters. Maybe it's not my mic. I'm sorry. You're beautiful. I love you. Anyway. Nimbus says, I understand. I don't know. It is a little bit difficult to parse whether when you're walking away, is it the subject material? Is it me? Is it that? So I guess it's good to have some clarification, but I don't think, Alessandra, that you can be unworthy of a second chance. Not when you've done with it what you have. I meant what I said at the dinner.
she visibly, like, is taken aback for a moment. And she just kind of, like, smiles for a moment. And I don't think I've ever been happier in my life.
Really? You're not just saying that to put me at ease?
Out of character right now, Will is debating between snarky Elisandra and Elisandra.
As one does.
In the shoulders.
Alessandra probably.
You know, this is what Elisandra would do. No, I'm secretly a image created by Aranari, and I'm going to drain your soul.
I know you're joking, but it still makes me very nervous.
She just
Wow.
kind of like puts her hand on your shoulder. It's like, Nimbus, I am real.
It's actually kind of a relief to hear that you're doing well. I don't know. I had introduced this variable into your life, and when we got out of the Feywild and I gave that jar back to you, I kind of had assumed you already knew it was missing, that you had given it up willingly, so I kind of immediately felt a little bit bad knowing that I had just given you a difficult choice to make. So I'm glad I'm glad you don't regret it.
I don't think I could regret it ever now. And she kind of just like smiles at you. She's blushing a little bit. And she's like, she kind of just like leans towards you and just gives you like the lightest peck on your cheek. And she's just
Wow.
Yes!
Wow.
Nim, who is again just the densest motherfucker and didn't see it coming.
She explodes.
Kind of. I think you can see like the little mushroom cloud above her head as her face turns 12 different shades of maroon, and she's
sitting there kind of just smiling.
finally Nim lands on a, solid shade of crimson and looks a little put out and says, "You're making fun of me. You stop that."
I
Will's
think
lost
how
for
to
words.
respond to this. I need to be very careful about how I do this. She looks at you and directly in the eyes, Nimbus, and says, "I'm not making fun of you."
Lynx,
Eating popcorn.
while eating popcorn, wants to like bring down a little sign behind Alessandra, perhaps, that reads
Stage direction.
"Kiss her back" in
Oh.
neon lights.
If you want, you can do that, but also as that, like, after that moment has happened, another door appears in Garl.
Damn it!
In Garl and Corellia's room, and it just
Uh-huh.
open up. You see Arnari, you see Gwen, and you see Link sitting in chairs, and Gwen's just like waving, "Quickly, quickly, come!"
Me?
No,
We're having a moment.
Not anymore, you're not.
Corellia and Garl.
What's wrong? What's wrong? Is something wrong?
No,
You've been watching?
I
said,
just
"Yes,
got here.
but look,"
The
and,
popcorn is completely like.
Lynx, I didn't know you
apropos
were
of
like
nothing.
this.
and then there's that moment.
All the
But yes,
watching.
There's the neon
Matthew.
sign. The Lynx activates the neon sign. And Arnari just looks over to Corellia, and just to be clear, Lynx has done everything this evening.
They're lying to you.
She's got her hands around Aranari's throat, and then she just like links him.
He's lying to you. You should choke him.
Oh, please, I might enjoy it.
The things happening in this room, goodness gracious.
But yes, so the neon sign Lynx has made appear.
Subtle.
Kiss her back. Kiss her back.
Points behind Alessandra.
Pulls the sign up immediately.
I think she catches it for a moment, and she just kind of looks at you and is like, I mean, if you want.
Lynx brings the sign back down. Kiss her back.
Cassandra's like wringing Arinari's neck in excitement now, like, oh my god, do it!
Just like fully Bart Simpsoning R&R.
Is there any popcorn left? Because Scar would like to reach over.
Yeah,
Some
Oh,
popcorn.
she just
absolutely.
hands you some popcorn.
It is seasoned with jalapeno peppers, so enjoy.
I thought you were gonna say
Amazing.
alcohol.
I love it.
Nimbus leans in very close and just says, I think we're being watched. And gives her a little peck on the cheek and leans back.
And then Alessandra, after the peck on the cheek, just like holds her hand out to you. Twirls you. Drops you into her arms.
Oh,
Ooh.
Well, if we're being
Wow.
the least we can do is give them the show.
Alessandra.
And,
Oh my goodness.
She gives you a big smooch.
oh.
And then lets you up.
Is there a button that can make the stars start to fall down like snow?
Yes, right there, Carl. Arinari says that.
Slams the
Oh.
button.
Okay, Garl has officially taken part in this, so it's not just me anymore.
And then,
Release
yeah,
the owls!
the
Garl,
stars
Garl,
begin to
smash.
sail, the owls fly overhead. And as like
Gentle hooting.
as too many buttons are active, the magical
Oh, no.
like dimension begins to like fall and break, and then the next thing you know, you're all just in the dining room, still like full on Alessandra's arms, and you just see everyone else in a pile on the other side of the room.
Hello.
That was some crazy dream, Lynx says, intoxicated as shit, buttered fingies from the popcorn. Wow, that was crazy. Oh my god, Nim!
Oh my god, Lynx.
What's
Hello.
going on, buddy? Hey,
He says in a pile of people.
And
how you doing?
I think as you guys began mumbling each other, you just see Arinari like bursting from the pile. Well, I think that was quite the successful party. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
That mother trucker.
I hate him so much.
But everyone, thank you so much for coming to
Oh,
tonight's
boy.
episode of the League of Amazing Adventurers. Join us next week as we continue the Kalmia arc after our fun little Valentine's Day adventure.
Teehee.
That was too good. Let's get the bill.
Ugh.
I thought that was fun.
Idiot.
So how we splitting this?
Don't forget to check out our other shows on the channel. Give us a follow if you haven't. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And we'll see you all on the next one. Bye-bye!
Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Happy 69.
And we